Hello. Welcome back. Be Gonna probably be low energy tonight, just because that fucking tired from work this morning. But yeah, well, back in here for now. I think I might be just sticking with what we have now. Hmm. Up deciding that. What a pain in the ass to set this up for sitting again. Because oh, it's not even updating on the on the thing to the lower left with the camera angle. So where the cursor is circling around in the lower left one is not where I'm actually seeing it in Unreal Engine right now. It's actually right up here. But well, screw. No, that's that. Laura was few pieces together. What's getting me is the upper right hand corner, right up there. Passing glance, nobody'd probably take note. The fact that that's squished in, but we know. No. Hmm. One thing I know of. I'm not even sure if I want to go with it. What could we use? Hmm. Not 100% sure what I wanted to go with. Worked on Friday. Would be okay. Thing that gets me though, do decide to change anything, start ripping things apart. Mm-hmm. You still got modifiers. This side for now. So that moves that to the stuff doesn't just active selection. Back up. Hmm. Where did I go there? Hmm. Alrighty. Oh, what we were doing last time. Lights out. Talking about redoing this so that we reduce this face. Hopefully not be. Start off with. Mm. It's pretty much right in the. Eh, my backside will be a bit. Trying to match shit up. Mm. Mm. Maybe it selected something. Eh. Wait, there are like 14 faces. What upgrade? Yeah. Get to the backbone like an bomb. One shot, another hit to the backbone. Maybe I'll get these two then. breaking me. Uh, uh, it to the bone. It like an bomb. Hmm. Some. About me. Yeah. Brain for it there. And without turning all this shit up. Should be right on top of it. Let's see how this goes. Seem to have gone it pretty nicely. We got ads starting in about 5 minutes. Normal. That's the one that I'm sort of iffy about. Yes. And it turns out with everything. Normal. And that's visible to 4. Thing. I got it. Wonder what part's making it sort of blah. One will make it look a little bit blah. With a bit of a cage, maybe. Hey, Davey. Freebird. No, I don't listen to that one. Not American enough. Yeah. Wish I had a basement like white. Nice, quiet Fallout shelter basement. Right now, I'm trying to get these UVs put in here. Trying to get things done because this is what the base looks like. But trying to do, like right now, this right here is 245 faces, whereas the low poly version I'm trying to get done is only 14. Like, this is part of the process that if you're gonna put something into a game to try to optimize it, you want to try to take down that count. We got ads going on. One thing we try. Floor back. Yeah. Alright. And welcome back from that. .01 each. Plane. Hey Dante. It's going okay. Just trying to picky fuck with things. See if I can get stuff to work. Right now I have a little bit of issue with well, just read this. Flip that. Hmm. Ew. Alright. So the plane isn't working. Duplicate. Only eliminate. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice looping all the way around. Merging it. Distance. I got rid of some of the verts. Still getting some mess up here. This is part of what's making the poly count so high. Hide all that. Wrong with raise. Whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't fucking want. Rid of. Make it look like there's duplicate. $14. Extend 201 faces. That's still not good. Okay. Whoop. Don't need this face. Face is underneath. Bit of paint. That's why I was trying to go for the other low poly stuffs. I'll just use in plain. Another face. I've gotten rid of Or I get this in there. Gonna add a little bit more face cam. Notice. What's these? Let's see. it's in. Mm. 14 faces. Fuckery. Wind up. Thinking that off a filter. That's a little bit better. Much better without any there. Hmm. Favorite. Connected. here. Normal. Normal. Oh, hey, Obama. Kiddo's been okay. Been way too long. So let's see your name pop up. Yeah, it's been a good while since I last seen her. 2018. I haven't even watched Hedges for a long time because they ever really bothered coming by here that certain amount of time. I don't know if they're still even streaming. And that parts of the movie with same number. Ah. Went out of edit mode whenever I did this. That came out better. Hide that. Hide that. There we go. Hey,
Oh
Jen.
lordy, they're coming.
Welcome, Raiders. My name is Megalian. You can just call me Mags. Jen's a poohead. Haha.
Other violent. Oh, excuse me. In a way that like
Yeah,
other
there's
forms of
one from the book
violence doesn't.
readiness.
And I guess it's because maybe fantasy violence feels more primitive in a way than, you know, someone getting shot by a gun or whatever.
So how'll everything go with the sorry, everything go with the book? Did you beat it up? Did you eat it? Did you cook it? Did you prank it? What happened with it? Is it still a book? Fantasy. Sounds like something that ban the site. Looking away. Slowly and enjoying it. Hopefully. I just got done with baking textures down. Side by side, they're okay-ish. Less lines in the floor on the low poly version, but the walls seem pretty spot on. Low poly version looks like it's got a bit more grit to it. Imagining more of how the shit's name of this song. Oop. By Nefix. Dude's a bit of a legend. I think if I remember the story right with Nefix, his goal starting off was to post at least 100 videos in a year of copyright free music that he made. And he sort of just exploded from there. Oh, yeah, I have that Crown and this one Fight Back. The funny thing is, they all I first heard them with anime music videos. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good song. What is it? Oh, there we go, another Netflix song. I think this was the third one from him that I heard. And then there's a fourth one that I recently got into. Yeah, go DPS Mercy. Ad damn ads. 30 seconds left. Ads. Oh, you're back from ads? Alright. Hang on. OBS was saying 5 seconds left. But, yeah. I didn't play support too much. Felt like whenever I played Zenyatta, I talked way more than I did it with any other roles that I played. So I was like, I'd rather just do shit, listen to what other people were saying. That's why I liked playing tank more. Observe and move. Well, for me, it was calling out discords. How often I was putting discord on different people as Zenyatta, just so that with Joe and Dale on fucking DPS, like gave them definite targets to go after whenever I call out somebody that I discorded. I didn't call enemy positions. I would shoot and I'd discord, and I'd try to keep heals on somebody. I still enjoy the time that I played as Torb and got that hammer kill on that Mercy that just decided to face hug my turret. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then they changed stuff with Orb. I have not played that for years. I don't know. I don't feel like going back to first person shooters really. Unless they're like PvE. Which was what Overwatch 2 is supposed to be part of doing, going to Overwatch 2 to become more ready to do PvE things. Or to keep both yourself and healer up on up on armor. Okay. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. It's funny. It seems like the one game in years that both Joe and I are playing at the same time, and it's a fucking single player game. Hades 1, and then, well, I was playing Hades 2, and he started doing Hades 1. I was like, I know I still got shit to do in Hades 1. Let's compete with Joe a little bit. That, and also I need to brush up on some things with Hades 1. Let's see here. added Hades 2 to his library on the 27th. So he got it. He just hasn't moved on to it yet. Don't know when the next update for the early access of Hades 2 is going to happen. But I'm sort of like still in the end game area of the shits. All the talk about like gods and other stuff. Yeah. I never read or watched the Percy Jackson stuff. I used to be really into mythology. Way back in middle school to early high school. Right now, the only piece of literature I have in my house that isn't meant for like K through 5th grade is a Warhammer 40K book. That year I disappeared from the internets due to joblessness. I had to sell a lot of my shit to keep things going. But that's the way it is when we don't turn to others for help. Like in 6th grade, so like 9 years ago. Don't want to say too young. This is fucking. I know. I know you and Joe are together. I never considered myself an advanced reader, but I did like reading a lot. It was sort of a random phase in my life. It was like I had a Nintendo, but my dad didn't buy a lot of games for us. So that went for a while, and then I think around the time that Goosebumps first came out, that was whenever I first started reading a lot of those. Along with any like Greek mythology books and some Norse mythology. I couldn't get so much into the Norse mythology shits, but I still found it. I still enjoyed it. Yeah, I am a very, very old man. My favorite example is my Steam account is probably older than 75% of people that post on fucking Twitch and Twitter. When did I make my Steam account? November 11th. Hold on. Z years. November 11th, 19 years ago. So 2005? No, 2004. 2004. So I'll be at a. Been a long time. The way you can check is just go into your Steam account, go to your badges, then look for the years of service badge. I lurk for a bit, go help with dishes. Okay. Good luck. I think they look too bad. Side by side, sort of hard to tell. The exception of the floor. The floor is much easier to tell. 2017, so 7 years old. My kid's older than your than your Steam account. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This looks okay, I think. Got the textures for it, we got it baked out. Save. FBX. Room. Room. Okay. Y1 further away. Heading towards the camp. What's the right thing? Okay. That's just forward is up. Faces. Got to check. Face orient. Okay, face orientation is fine. That's another thing to always try to remember to check. Face orientation. Okay. Room. Forward. Base. Bones added. Armature. Nations fake. Next folder. Do 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 do. To completely legally um make a playlist that I can listen to without having to go to YouTube to listen to music. I don't like Spotify. I don't use that either. Something controlling whether or not I can skip shit. I don't. Learning. Let's see how the collision is.
Drip, drip, drip. Best bring your water bottle. Best bring your water bottle. At a high rate, you should hydrate, cause I wanna gyrate.
Oh, heart piece. Never mind.
Nice collisions. Yeah, it's not that bad either. How's the Amazing Magnolian? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't met that version of me yet. But myself, I am doing okay. Hope you're doing well, Kuko. It's always nice seeing you. Got me in the middle of poking around stuffs here. Trying to make sure. Maybe it's just not showing it in there. But Got me in the middle of working on the room here. Important. He's not. Reset position. That's what I'm looking at. See right there. Normals aren't right. No losing it. Got some. Hi, Polyverse. Goopy Goober. I can't. Love that song. Always gets me thinking about like how quickly time has passed over the last decade. I wish shit was different. But we can't always have what we want. I try to. Push this. We have a bunch of materials. Hmm. The purse material was too. Oh. Mm-hmm. Remember what I had on one that there. Vicky fucker. That back of this same material on the upper part here. Biggest thing that changed that is right. Alright. Do, 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 do. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Yes. All right. Two. Connect to roughness. Roughness. Yeah. Big. Yeah, get normals for you. Out hunky dory. Gonna be sort of kicking myself if these come out better than the previous attempt. Okay. Room. I should have done this first time. Then we don't need secondary. And still a bit, but it didn't come out with the issues that the first one had. So that's one thing. Alright, so back in Unreal Engine here. Import. Wrong one. coming in. Baked back to. Huh? Color. Doing that. Yeah, it's just not getting it good. No, then a little bit bigger than the whole room. Don't miss it. No. Rotate. Okay. Couple something. Let's say, what the fuck is that? Let's just doesn't do. Okay. Alright, so saving doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh, that's the old one popping up. I'll get rid of this shit. Alt HP. Lord. Could just delete all this. Be done with it, but at the same time, I have my concerns. No. All this shit. That over there. Call this room. What started off? Sort of redoing the room that was used. So this is the old one. Multiple parts here. Which would be fine in some cases, but trying to like reduce the overall poly count, which that one would have way more. It'd be 6 for each of the squares, and then 6 right there. Whereas this one's just 14 faces, if I remember right, in Blender. Yeah, 14 faces. So, making this studio a bit less, a bit more optimized, I guess you'd say. Lower left corner, Blender's. This right here that's moving around. This right here, Unreal Engine. Play. Then there we go. So this is made in Blender. model, the little tank, the shelves, TV, teddy bear, my model, Craig, which you can barely see in the background, and the poster. All of it I made up in Blender. And then I imported it over to Unreal Engine and followed a tutorial for getting the stuff to work that I could at least have head tracking for my model in Unreal Engine there. But it's some of its stuff for the plugins is outdated, so I had to use an older version of Unreal Engine to do this. But something like the spline path that the tank follows should be fine for any newer version of Unreal Engine. All the models otherwise should work in Unreal Engine 5 as well. Well, 5.4.2 I think is what it's up to now. Well, technically, yes. Other than this, this one's going to take a little bit to load because it's a bigger item. Wait for it all to load up. How hard is it to make a face? Not super hard, but in comparison to the rest of the body, I would say the face has way more topology to it than the rest of the body. Usually. Go to this. A bit easier to. So yeah, you can see like legs, arms, all this is like the hands a little bit higher in the poly count, but a lot of it is around the face, getting the face right and stuff. Like the face is usually the densest part, especially if you're gonna be animating a lot of it. You got loop around the lips, loop around the eyes. Then generally, like whenever doing the models, there's like thing that everybody in the business just calls it like a bandit mask or else the mask, whereas like this sort of loop goes around the eyes, over the nose. You can see how there's like a loop right there going around the mouth area. A lot to it with that. The ears are a bit of a pain in the ass as well for getting the extra sort of detail to it. That's what it all comes out to overall. The eyes are simple spheres. The only reason why like only the one is highlighting is because this one still has mirror modifier on it. But yeah, like the rest of the body, not as high detail. I mean, even the clothing is sort of simple to do. You just essentially, because like as you can see from this outline, sort of hard to tell what the find that. Blender bigger. So there's that. There's that like line right there. And it's just there's still body underneath of it. Essentially, the way this one was made, I'm still in the process of doing like a second run, which is going to be a male model. I'm going to use as like a base, but before like I even started doing the hair for this, for Zelda here, and the clothes and other stuff, like I saved the base mesh of this with no clothes and other stuff on, so it could be used for possibly making a female model, a different female model in the future with different hair, different eyes. I could alter the stuff about it without having to worry about destroying this one. The process for this one is about the same as this one. So this one just have reference images. You can see like where all these sort of creases are because I've already joined them all together for making stuff while making it. The head, for example, I took a cube, subdivided, and made the head, sort of just following the outline behind. Start with a base mesh. Oh, yeah, basically build up a base mesh and go from there. So this one is like the way that I would start off. Shift A, cube, Control 3 to give it a 3 levels of subdivision, and go into what the hell? And go into edit mode. And there's my go into edit mode here, and I'd like bring it up. Go from front view, then side. Or just push and pull things around until I got the shape. Started here, then I add another one, and just keep going from there and build up from there. That's how this whole thing was made. Cubes, bunch of cubes put together. Then eventually, once the cubes was done, and I was happy with how that was, I joined them all together for the body, then went to sculpt mode, remeshed. Because if you just join them together, the inside would still have all this shit to it still, but since I joined it, then I remeshed it, got rid of the insides of the spheres. Oh yeah, it takes a lot of time. Like the Zelda one, I was following along a tutorial, and that's how I learned how to do it this way. And that one took me a couple months just following along doing that, but then again, I'm also full-time dad and I work as well. So it's busy. But yeah, I mean, I must close the tab. Controversy. No. I can't even remember the fellow's name. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. I've got quite the collection of musics just going along. But if you're interested, that is the YouTube playlist I followed along to make the Zelda. Figured first time following along, did it mostly to the T. At most, I didn't bother with posing that much, or a few things here or there that I didn't follow along 100% with, but I followed it as closely as I could, and it took me a good while. I'd say it's only 10 videos, but it's learning how to do Blender shit, so it's a long while still. But obviously in the this example that's still pulled up on Blender. I'm going for the same approach that he uses for blocking out and all other stuff, but I'm trying for a male model instead, so that by the time I get up to the part that's after the retopology is probably where, if I remember right, is where he tells you, you know, save this as a different base mesh file, essentially, to use for whatever the hell else you want to use it for. But only thing I don't care too much for is to use Rigify, which is fine. But I always like going like completely from scratch, i.e. you got a reference image, but then all the 3D making is square one, put in a blocker, or else whatever the hell you want to use for doing it. I've seen a lot of people that make like anime avatars and models start off with a plane, then they start with the head first, and then work from there. This I sort of like this way a bit better, with the make the full body out of blocks first, sculpt it, try to get details in there that you want in there, and then go from there. Because eventually, this model that I'm using right now, I consider my version 2 model. My version 1 wasn't super bad, but still there's like mistakes that I made porting it to Unity, turn it into a VRM for using for VC face. There was like, just even between version 1 and version 2, there was little things here or there that I learned. Version 1, I followed a tutorial just like I did with 2 for importing stuff and changing to VRM. But I used the toon shader shit on version 1. The way I make my model is not really cartoony, obviously. Or very anime. I am not the uwu. If I were like to venture out and make a model for like Coral or Ama, I could see using toon shaders for theirs. My model is like fairly dark. So whenever I used just the regular materials for version 2 here, it came out looking more like how it came out in Blender. And actually the model that's in the Unreal Engine scene is the VRM. Fucking 5-minute long ad. People at YouTube, their heads checked. But for this version, there's pretty much nothing underneath all the clothes. There's no arms, or hands, or face. It's just clothing. It's sort of like a Hollow Man, Kevin Bacon. But version 3, that's part of why I'm making this male model. I intend for it to have, for version 3 to have actual face and everything behind the helmet. That's that for now. I don't intend to actually like show my character's face at all. Just as much as I don't really show my face at all with like my Twitter and stuff. Especially with those goopy ass VTuber versus IRL stuff. Quick. One thing I definitely need to still try to figure out is getting the damn shape key stuff working better with Unreal Engine. Big leap is if I can figure out a way to get my model's head movement from my webcam without needing to have VC face open. That would take a bit of a load off the system. Part of, like, sometimes my head doesn't move as much in Unreal Engine, but you can still see it in VC face. I think that's just because, like, too much crap going on with the PC. There. Blender is 1 gigabyte. Memory. Unreal Engine's about 1.5 gigabytes. And there's Chrome just sucking up all the fucking RAM like usual with another gigabyte itself. Other than that, like, OBS is 200 megabytes. Steam, 200 megabytes for that. VC face, only 122. But, one thing with Unreal, like, the editor is, well, it's a game. It's a game engine. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see here. Got new room made. Need to try. My titty. I've been thinking about trying to get this little bastard put into the scene too. I don't know if I'm millennial. 84. Let's see. Ah. 38. That's not bad. But yeah, Bad Apple's like a newer, well, not super new, but you know, not as old as Apple Bottom Jeans. But I enjoy the mashup. I like that. And once I get more stuff done with version 3, maybe moving on with another project that I got in mind for sort of music videos, I guess you could call them, using 3D models and scenes that I set up myself. But I forget where I even left off with this. Now I got the low poly here. Just a low poly showing. Low poly is still a good bit of faces and everything. Like I had to actually go in and texture paint the body. I kept the head separate. The face is like right there. Good if the shading. Yeah. Me. Way I have this set up is the face is, well, the face and the mouth are two different parts, but if I control one of them, it switches to different things. It's not super bad with the face count, I guess. I think the biggest thing added too is maybe trying to keep the shape and everything properly. Friggin' again, always the head. But this is still pretty dense itself too. But compared to the high poly version, right, is this one 13, almost 14. Yeah, almost 14,000 faces for that one. This one's about 9,000, so I knocked off a good bit. This one is the initial block out, then sculpt mode and other stuffs. This damn thing is about 81,000 faces. So it was like big jump down, like slowly jumping down. The poly count, like the biggest thing, like for games, I guess. If you want the models not to be big hindrance, making sure to have it all set. Here's another older one. Always prestige. Okay, armature. You need extra topology right there, not look weird when turning like that. it doesn't really bend. Very, very basic. Rigging. Mhm. I'm too easily amused. The one thing I thought of doing is putting a pin. Whee! Hey, Bacchus. One thing I thought about doing with this model is putting spring
That
bones
sucked.
in the hair, so whenever it was
Using a flashlight?
getting cooked on over. Oh boy.
I forgot placing the remnant is faces you in the direction you placed it. Gotcha.
Do it too. Headbang. Yeah. Dead. I'm sorry. If I even played any of the games since Dark Souls 3, I'd offer to come in and help you out. I haven't played anything like Sekiro or Bloodborne because I don't own a PlayStation. And I haven't played Elden Rings. I've watched very few people actually even play Elden Ring. Yeah, I think I might give this fellow a little walk cycle, and maybe add spring bones to the little spikes, so whenever he's like moving, his hair spike thingies like move whenever he's walking in game too. Blinky time. Blinky time. I just know that the new DLC is brutal. Many people have complained about it. Don't pose mode. Cancel it. All these do have subdivision. He still has a subdiv. Taking the subdiv off stuff really. Now the subdivs on it drops all the way down to 2,000 faces. And doesn't look that bad. Compared to the original. Not even a major drop from 8,000. Such a great song. Mm-hmm. I am a tired monkey. Alrighty. We're gonna here. Rated by Pro Pass Fight. Which one is it? That common or what the hell guy's name is? Just know of the Melania and the last boss for the DLC, like really usually whoop people's asses. Death Knight's dungeon. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna be creating Crundle. Yeah, I saw that. Picture that he posted with him with the pot on his head just staring up into the rain. That man and that meme should never die. Okay, so got the raid message for subscribed. For those that aren't subscribed, have a global version. Global emotes, your own emotes, somebody else's emotes, I don't care. Runs with it. Crundle's good bean. Beast man. And some Rayman Redemption. Didn't play too many of the Rayman games when I was younger. I do remember pretty cool. They'll be joining him just after you. But again, thanks everybody that came along. Thanks Bacchus, Fuko, Wave Boma, Crunkles, Davey. Thank you guys for coming along. Thanks again for the raid, Jim.